Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? I'm Con Ulrich,
And I'm Rangroo. Hello.
and we promised it to you on Tuesday. We are here with more of the Steel Division League Season 2, postseason. These are quarterfinals, and this is Mount Ormel, a map that we barely ever get to see, but there's some lovely mounds. And Rang, who is playing on the lovely Lady Lumps today?
Well, on the left-hand side, on the left-hand side, in the blue, we have Bumblebeepotato
Alright.
as the 3rd Canadian Infantry / Mechanized Division. And on the right-hand side, we have ourselves Walther, not of a PPK, but as the 1st SS Panzer Division. That's also kind of an infantry division.
Alrighty, here we go. Claim somebody. Oh, it's bumblebeepotato. Okay. Yeah, you realize that you made that joke before I was going to the PPK, but yeah, I guess we'll get there.
I just got to sneak it in.
Exactly. But two things. First of all, it is a bit of a zoo to the northern side of the Canadian position. We have a guy named Lloyd, but we also have a kangaroo as well as a ram.
Yeah, and a big Willies.
Ooh, hey, it's Big Willie style. Do you remember when Will Smith actually had a hip hop career? That was just weird.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Let's see if this division works as a first SS counter just full of it. Jeez, I have that CD someplace.
Yeah.
But all right. Forget the Men in Black. Forget Suicide Squad for that matter. How's this gonna match up today? So apparently, 3rd Canadian might be the counter to the first SS. What is he talking about?
So early on, I'd say Canadians have an advantage as they kind of just have the unit variety and just the stuff to really fight against first SS. And it's going to be a bit hard for first as they don't lack recon, and this is a map where you definitely want quite a lot of recon all over the place to spot stuff. But the thing is, if Walther can make it to the late game and get momentum going, you can just get all the goddamn tanks as first SS and push back. So I think it's really going to come down to the first 20 minutes for Bumblebee's Potato to really make it or break it in this matchup.
Well, okay, and to be fair, I haven't really seen that many that much third recently. It seems awfully passive as breakouts go. Shouldn't they be a little bit more aggressive here?
I think he just wants to secure the forest, secure the south, and I think he's just going to try and trade efficiently up north once he figured out what's up here before just doing like a crazy push through. He's just going to send like the rifles and kangaroo up here to screen for his rather big ram too.
Oh, the Panzer Jaeger's on the wrong side of the battlefield, and the Mount Ormel is definitely one of those times. Oh, Leo Major's here too. It's been a long time since I've seen him. And this is one of those times though when you want to have, well, those anti-tank assets right in the center part of the field. This map is unforgiving as it comes to sight lines, as it comes, like you said, to forest. It's brutal. You can barely see anything.
Yeah, and for first SS, they're going to be blind as a bat, and that is such a huge disadvantage for first SS. It's not something you really think about a lot, especially because we're in God View. But like when you play first SS, you have to be very cautious where to just move around, as you don't know where an AT gun could be, and you don't really have the eyes on. Like for a lot of first SS players, they maybe have like one Puma, and then one like recon squad in A phase, and that's it for the A phase recon.
Not to disrupt that idea, but it does seem like the menagerie is going to get even more intense because we now have 2 wasps coming to the north as well.
Burn, baby, burn. I mean, this is classic Canadian play. It wouldn't be Canadians without like having at least like a dozen wasps before this match is over.
And a moose.
They're good on this map.
And a moose.
And a moose. Too bad there's no unit called a moose.
Yeah, that's kind of weird when you think about it, and that's not to play the whole, Canadian card.
They got a thing called a goddamn kangaroo. Why can't we have a moose, or beaver, or goose?
Well, because otherwise the Australian division would be in here too, and that would just be terrifying.
Yeah, oof.
Can you imagine that? I would not want to be a German division fighting the Australians. Those guys were just insane. The Anzacs, nuts.
Yeah, definitely have like a few hairy spiders as well.
Yes, and without the really long Polish name that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Okay, in the meantime, though, Stackhound coming on in from the west, and yep, it looks like a lot of flame troops coming from both sides here.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Stern Pioneers with real staple for first SS, and it's first SS has some pretty good CQC infantry. Same with Canadians with Stormtroops, so they're just gonna be holding the forest on either side, wanting to make the first move, as the first move will probably be
the last
one to die. Exactly. It's kind of like when you played like Napoleon or Empire Total War. Like, you never want to be the guy who walks into, like, the line first. You want the M to walk into your musket line. It's kind of the same thing, but with flamethrowers and satchel charges.
Yeah, though to be fair, in that game, all I did to get around that was I just brought like 4 or 5 batteries of artillery right outside their range, and I was like, canister shot, canister, canister. It was brilliant.
Russia and unicorn guns.
They were absurd.
Yeah,
They were absurd.
Ridiculous. Seal Major goes down, and this could be the breakthrough up north for Bumblebee, as he's got the flamethrower troops, and Ross just burning the Volksdeutsche to an absolute crisp. And if he can get to his other side of the tree line up north, that would be a real huge advantage for Bumble.
I want to agree with you, and I really, really would, except that we're seeing another kind of...
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing a Panzerjäger coming on in for 1.
Yep, that's a bit of a difficulty. And we've got another Panzerjäger just south of Bumblebee's position, so his round is outnumbered 2-1.
Well, the nice thing about this too, we are seeing some scout cars moving on in for that kind of light anti-infantry support, because the Panzerjäger is not blessed with a ton of anti-infantry ability.
You got 6 HE shots, and you just got a PPM with your machine gun.
Yep, you got to tickle. And wait a second, why is that? Okay, I thought for half a second that maybe one of the wasps went down and exploded and somehow lit all those buildings on fire. Silly me. I'm just going a little bit too intense here, it seems.
That'd be really cool, yo.
Yeah, right?
Because, like, it's got a goddamn, like, there's a goddamn flame tanks, like, exposed on top. It has to be, like, a big napalm-y kaboom.
And you know what? You have to go and arrest that Volksdeutsche. He just poached a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Those things are endangered, man.
Very
endangered. I'm sure somewhere. Actually, are they endangered?
Probably not. I mean, you can get them in, like, I believe you can get kangaroo meat on Australian, like,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But usually we just call that roadkill here in the States. Horrible jokes aside, it was kind of funny. I was going to say, down to the south, you did see that one flamethrower troop. And you know, the old adage, where there's smoke, there is fire.
Yep.
He's just not in range to use it just yet.
That Volksdeutsche must be, pretty scared. I don't know, he's getting some shots on flamethrower. It should kill it. Nope, smoke blocks his line of sight, I believe, yeah.
But, even you can't prevent artillery barrages.
Yeah. There's definitely stuff's going on all over, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, Walter's trying to, like, push back up north of the Ram, too. Managed to get some good hits on that Panzerjäger. And Walter's also trying to make some plays down south, so it's going to be a little bit slow, just 180-18. Here comes the Staghound AA, and...
I don't even know where... I'm just going back and forth like crazy. Volksdeutsche going to get a... oh, here comes the Faust.
Oh.
There we go.
Kaboom.
Well done, sir. But interestingly enough, this Stormtrooper, wrong language there for a second, he's projecting more than the Volksdeutsche is. Can you explain that? Actually, I'm not entirely sure why he's getting preference over the Volksdeutsche.
I think because also he has like a 6-pounder behind him, so the Volksdeutsche is essentially like surrounded per se, because he's got the 6-pounder here, which also doing projection. It's I don't know, the front line system can be weird, but no, the stern plane is like a proper infantry unit, so it does front line.
Yeah, well, hence my confusion there.
Yeah.
But it does look like it's going to be a Disco Inferno in the center part of the map. So Flampanzer comes in from the east, and another Wasp comes in from the west. So the question is, Disco Inferno, or will it be just a complete, or rather, will Disco be dead?
I know, it depends if this rifle leader can hit something of the pier.
Got it, Disco Inferno. Now that I've said that, though, there it goes.
Here comes the pier.
Yep.
Yeah, and God, I always risk those Slam Panzer Russ's work, because it's so much fun just seeing it just rust down through the middle or something, burning both sides up, but that's always the risk of it, just getting AT from some unsuspected tree line.
Well, and isn't that always the way? You expect the thing to be just so amazing, and it just completely falls on its face. Ooh, 6-pounder is dead, so it's now the Canadians who are surrounded.
Yeah. The Stormtroopers definitely a bit of a role reversal, yeah.
Well, I would say it's roleplay, but I'm pretty sure they don't really have feelings for each other. But considering how much he's coming up behind him, I'm gonna say, dude, buy him dinner before you screw him over that badly.
The Stormtrooper's about to put on his robe and wizard hat.
And just make him disappear?
Yeah. But yeah, this is really good for Walter. That's gonna force Bumblebee to pretty much just reconfigure his attack and get some stuff down south, as he kind of needs to stop that, like, frontline bleeding, because that one Voigtdeutsch and IG-18 is just nabbing all the territory like it's Africa during the 1800s.
Yep, and blessing the rains won't get you anywhere, but luckily we have kangaroos and Bedford trucks to kind of pick up the slack.
Yeah.
The Stormtrooper says, okay, we're not going down without a fight. They throw a satchel charge and just stomp the Volksdeutsche.
Yeah. They can't get a surrender because they're behind enemy lines, so maybe you just want to, like, charge in and finish them off.
Hey, there's a big kitty up top. It's a big cat, you know, it kind of looks like a puma.
Where's the puma? I can't see the puma.
He's a recon puma.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's hidden behind the Voigtdeutsch. I was really confused for a second.
Well,
like a
like
warthog to me.
Well, like any cat, you know, he has to attack from the shadows.
Oh yeah.
He pounces.
A puma's like a South African predator, like a panther, right?
I wouldn't. I might be wrong. I think it's more of like a South American. South American. I'm pretty sure it's South American. Like it's not quite like a lynx. A lynx is more the Arctic version. Ocelots are jungle. I think pumas are also jungles as well.
Honestly, now I'm just thinking of like the clothing brand.
You know, it's gonna be one of those things too that after we get done with this, I have to find out even before this cast ends. So, guys, if my screen ever at one point just goes weird, I have to know where the puma is from.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like 4 people on either one of our windows right now going, "They're from here, you idiot!"
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm actually googling this right now.
Are you? Thank you, Rang, getting the answers that you need.
Puma animal. This is important question here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a burning question. If the Flam Panzer is going to take out the rifle leader. Oh, no. Yep, there he goes.
Oh.
So it was a burning question indeed. So what do we got? Where is it from?
It's actually, it's also known as a cougar.
Ah, okay, so he's from North America then.
So it must be like one of those European names, you know, for a North American thing.
Like Brawley.
Like a Brawley. Or boot.
Or pitch.
Or pitch. Or, you know, football.
Yeah, but I agree with you on that one. That's actually a legit thing. I don't no idea why my country calls it, yeah, soccer.
Yeah, it's pretty much just cougars.
Soccer is what Chris Brown played when he was dating Rihanna. That was a really bad joke, but thank you. White truck's coming on in with some flamethrowers here, but there's a little bit of a joyride. It's 2:32, and the Flam Panzer are like, you know what? Forget it, guys.
Yeah.
The rest of you can fight. We're headed to Switzerland.
Yeah, they're going for the tour de Mount Ormel.
The Steve McQueen exit.
Yeah.
Ooh, so 6-pounders are engaging with the Ram 2. Excuse me, the Ram 2 and the 6-pounders are engaging the Panzerjägers. And Panzerjägers are surrounding the field for the moment. Just so this mortar half-track can come on in and start spitting fire, Sturm, and Drang. Just to really do some damage on the anti-tank positions.
This is such like a crazy looking map now.
He looks like a brontosaurus or a stegosaurus.
Yeah, it kind of looks like, it definitely does look like, yeah. Well, like when it was like, I'm kind of seeing like when it was like sunflower things from Plants vs. Zombies.
Yes.
Like
yes.
the pea shooters.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right there.
Yeah.
But now all I can think of is Jeff Goldblum.
You know, life finds a way.
It certainly does. Now it looks like a chicken. Or a turkey. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. It is 54-46, 267 to 193. We're actually into Phase B, and we have, again, an awfully low scoring set of circumstances here. But it is the Germans who are hiding in the trees like Robin Hood here. With a couple of very, very plucky French squads hanging on out. These guys are tenacious defenders, though.
Yeah, this is just absolutely bizarre. Like, we got the encirclement, a technical encirclement up north with the Canadians being behind enemy lines now.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, so the 232 of the Flam Panzer, they drove from the southern side all the way behind enemy lines to go... Okay, if they die in 2 seconds, I'm going to actually be kind of a little bit pissed, just because it's such a tease.
They're about to run into, like, 2 6-pounders on a Ram, too, so... yeah.
Oh, but the 6-pounders can't see them.
Oh, one of them can.
Okay, there goes the Flam... Yep, tease.
Of course a Flam Panzer.
Freaking tease.
Oh, 232, can he avenge? Can he, you know, earn it and go home? I mean, he has to kind of break through an entire front line first, but...
He says
Oh,
it's
no,
more
it's just
important for me to take out the command steward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really have nearly any chance of penetration here.
No, he's kind of lost. Nowhere to go. I think because he's behind enemy lines. Okay, yeah, he does actually remove stress storage is good. I know once he gets completely stressed out, he's pretty much done. As you have to get to your lines to not be, not be pinned down type stress thing.
Yeah, well, he wishes he could turn back time to good old days. When his Führer said that's so right, but now he's just stressed out.
Yeah.
On the very, very likely chance they didn't land, that was a nice little 21 Pilots reference. I don't listen to them, but that line does come to my mind. Yay, top 40. The French have a nice little counterpunch happening through the south-central part, though. Assault Pioneers, Stormtroopers. I always get to say Sturm. It's just so much more fun to say.
I know, Sturm is definitely like a fun word.
And that Pioneer Führer, ooh, that's a rough place to be.
Yep. It gets his Beta-Lung thing off.
Yep, the Gebota goes on in, and he earns his... what's the one from Halo? What was the badge from that?
Kilimanjaro.
Oh, it wasn't Kilimanjaro. From the grave.
From the grave.
And a Wolverine's coming up top. Man, this northern zoo just has all the fun stuff coming on in. Pumas, kangaroos, rams, and a Wolverine. Jeez, I wish I could be up there.
It's everything. It's a real just crazy match with just everything going on. I'm actually having a hard time keeping up.
Well, there was a P4 in the center part of the map, but he parked 200 meters in front of a 6-pounder, and as you might expect, the 6-pounder said, "Oh, thank you," and shoved it as a 57mm round up his backside.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, Bumblebee's now taking that plus run, and he's going to be getting the lead very shortly. The Rosp is going to come in and burn, baby, burn. If he can burn, baby, burn the Panzergren, that'd be pretty good. So he's just running right past the 2-5 runs, and the 2-5 runs can kill him. Here comes some Messerschmitt or the Focke-Wulf. It's a Focke-Wulf.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's the nice thing about German plane fighters is either a Messerschmitt or a Focke-Wulf. You're like a 50-50% chance of getting it right.
Well, let's see about... Did anyone else really make airplanes for them? I'm pretty sure it didn't happen. I might be wrong.
It's like, I mean, you got like a 262, and then you got like some like weird knockoff fighters that it didn't really make much of, but it's either a Messerschmitt 109 or a Focke-Wulf.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the Messerschmitt is like the second most produced like combat aircraft ever made. They made like 35,000 of them.
And like 33,000 of them got shot down, unfortunately.
Yep. Yep. Oh, look, his Stormtroop getting behind the Panther 4 here. Is it? He's just throwing a smoke.
I'm just imagining a magician who's like, and this is my act, I'm now done. Poof! And just disappears. He's pulling a Batman, everybody. Oh, wow. Did the Focke-Wulf take out the... Wait. So there's a Panzerjäger. There's one of the Panzerjägers that's down and burning. That one's got 1/3 of its ammo left. And I think he took out the Ram too, or the Focke-Wulf somehow blew him up by firing 20mm shells at him. I don't know.
I think it was the Panzerjäger.
It would have to be.
No way the Focke-Wulf could have killed that.
Yeah.
I think round 2 had still pretty good HP. Or 6-pounder, yo, in the middle.
Oh my gosh, this is also, I didn't realize this is a +3.
Jesus Christ. Oh, look, he's managed to, like, that big penetration in the middle was definitely, gave bumblebeepotato that huge point advantage, and he's ripping out his 6-pounders to try and secure up north. That's a lot of 6-pounders up north. Jeez, right? You need 3 6-pounders up north.
AT gun envy?
Maybe.
Maybe he's compensating for something.
Wait, if you get like 3 6-pounders, it's only 2 6-pounders now because of one all the way up north die twos. He's got like a 12-pounder, so if he gets one more, he can get an 18-pounder, which does more damage than a 17-pounder. Quick maths.
That's true. That's true. Unfortunately, I'll say the aggregate. I wouldn't be too, let's say, optimistic about their chances to do more damage than an 18-pounder.
Yeah. You know, if you combine all the AP
oh my gosh.
6-pounders, you got 33 AP.
I do have to note, we have that freaking wasp rush that's happening here, and it is very, very late. And this is just the insanity attack.
Every time, like, a lot of the time when we see Canadians or when I play against Canadians online, it's either a Rosp Rust or a Staghound Rust. It has to happen every time for the Canucks. And this may actually work down south. I mean, no, he's spreading it all around, actually. If you look at the pathing of the Rosps,
Uh-huh.
You know, he's gonna
Yes,
be
he is. He's all over the place, man.
he's all over the place. So that's actually a pretty good use. Oh no, never mind. He changed to the fast move into the enemy spawn.
Well, not to continue our whole analyzing of the map. Now it looks like a Triceratops.
Oh god, it does. And he got like the eye too. Of the
Exactly. It was perfect moment.
Holy crap, that's perfect. That's some.
Ladies and gentlemen, some people watch the clouds. We look at battle maps.
Yeah.
And yeah, actually, the first SS is getting absolutely trounced here.
Mm-hmm.
So this actually might be that whole counter pick that he was talking about.
Yeah, at the same time, we're about to hit into C phase, and that's where, like, first SS, like, even though they got good economy, they don't really have the best A and B phase units. It's pretty hit and miss. But on C phase, it's one Panther and two Volkdeutscher every 2 minutes. That's how much, like, shit stuff you can just buy for first SS.
Well, he's got one of those Panthers coming in now.
Mm-hmm.
And Panther G, so he's down with it.
Yeah, and that's the best Panther you can get. That's like the OG Panther.
Part of me wishes he had bought some sort of ground attack plane to just hit this little lump of troops up to the north. There's, what, 5 squads within about 100 meters of each other?
Yeah.
Like, he's just begging for it right there.
I just want to take a look at Walter's line of sight, because, yeah, Walter does not see much. And that's the first assist downfall of not having much recon. So even though there's a lot of stuff on the field, he is blind as a bat.
Well, think about it. At this point, the first SS Panzer was like, there's the enemy, attack in that direction. Oh, you'll see him eventually.
Yeah. Don't get trapped in a fille's pocket. That's not good.
Yeah, that might sound tasty, but I guarantee you it's not a good idea.
No. There's some angry Poes who will try to stop you from running away.
Meanwhile, we have these desperate last-ditch defenses as, like, one squad holds up the advance for, like, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds and then gets completely overrun.
Yeah. Pioneer holding in pretty strong. The Rosp's coming in. I think he's going to run around to the Panzer 4 and 2-5 run. And kaboom! Panzer 4 knocks out the Kangaroo and we've got the more Rosps. And yeah, I don't think his Rosp thing's going to work out too well.
I don't know. I think he is taking a few hundred meters here and there. And frankly, that forest... that will pay you dividends.
Mm-hmm.
I actually noticed there's another Puma down there to the south as well, but the Germans are almost losing some of the reinforcement points. This is absolutely shocking.
Yeah, this is not looking good. It's really not looking good. Yeah, we are in C phase, so one of the things Walter can get are these autocannon half-tracks of 2-star veterancy, which is perfect in this scenario, as the Canadians just have a bunch of light armor and infantry, yet probably won't like being shot at by very fast, highly trained 20mm autocannons.
Now, to be fair, I don't think I like being shot at by anybody, but I think that would make it extra bad. You're right, that veterancy.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, Panzerjäger to the north, actually, I'm shocked again as well. He's got 10 rounds of AP and, 1,500 rounds of machine gun. This does not happen. Unless he took an ammo storage hit that I wasn't aware of, this almost never happened. I'm shocked and appalled.
I know. I mean, it's a tank. It should be dead by before it's used half its AP.
Yeah.
That's like the Russian Ray. You use it for 2 battles and then you just throw it away.
And then you build 5 more in the meantime.
Exactly.
And I could not really grasp how many he's bringing on in, but there's 6 of those 259s coming on in, and they're just cutting a bloody swath through stuff.
Yep, and this is where first SS really kicks it into high gear, because you got Yos, you got more Volkdeutscher, you got bloody Panther Ds, you got a lot of very nice units by this time.
Yep, but while you might be trying to give it the D, they still have Wolverines on the battlefield.
Yeah, and even though those Panthers and Stugs, pretty scary, at the same time Bumblebee can get a Wolverine every minute, and Walter can also get a Panzer 4 every minute as well. And in more of these close quarters engagements, those Wolverines have a pretty good chance of killing those Panthers and other German tanks. It's really quite dangerous for both sides. And the Wolverine in the middle goes down to the Puma.
I was going to say, that's pretty ironic you're making that comment, because
the Puma does not mess around, and this could be the breakthrough for Walter to try and punch through, because there's nothing, there's nothing for Bumblebee, and at this stage for all Bumblebee, I mean, he just doesn't have as much stuff compared to Walter, so you maybe get a Firefly or 2, hopefully he stores some infantry in his deck, because he really wants to try and plug in that hole. At the same time, Bumblebee has a really huge point advantage compared to Walther.
Yeah, he almost got like a +3 just to bring it back to even.
Yeah, Walter's gonna need like a +2, +3 to take us back. And he's already down by +2 at the moment. You know, he is taking territory back pretty fast. Focke-Wulf strafing 6-pounder, yeah. And I know, I think if Walter can pick off like his stand counter AA down south, he can definitely like take us back.
Can we talk about how this particular map has been the perfect metaphor for World War II, though? Early on, I mean, the Germans took a little bit of an advantage, and then since then they got beat back. Now we have this almost last-ditch assault.
Yeah.
This is very Battle of the Bulge for me right now.
And it is definitely a bit of a bulge in the southern center of the map.
And that bulge is going to get bigger still.
Yeah.
There we go.
Dude, if that autocannon half-track can reach the spawns down south, holy crap. Do you know why it's such a big deal, Khan, taking out the southern spawn? Because the only spawn is the northern spawn, which is on the other side of the goddamn mountain.
Yep. And to go around, you have to go through all of this anti-tank, anti-infantry. There's so much stuff here.
Oh no, the Firefly. The Firefly's gonna clutch it.
But here comes the plucky attack. If he gets to the side, he has a chance.
Yeah.
He's backing up into the orchard.
Maybe, actually.
He's gonna hide indefinitely. This is gonna be either amazing or it's gonna suck. LOL, I threw hard, he says.
Look at the 250-9. He's gonna shoot and then reveal his position.
Well, the Firefly sees him right now, so...
Yeah, and it's a frontal shot.
Internal fragments, oh...
Dude, if he backed it up just a little bit so the Firefly had to come around a corner, then the 250-9 probably would have had a chance. But now he got a Spitfire coming in. Yeah, Focke-Wulf is fucking done for. GG for the Focke-Wulf.
Oh, the unfortunate thing almost for the Germans is that now they were having a chance at a minor victory. Now they have to go back to that +2 again.
Yeah. Yeah, they do definitely have momentum and or just unit numbers. I mean, just look at what the Canadians have compared to what the Germans have.
I don't know, the Canadians do have 17-pounders. That's still pretty damn scary.
Yeah. But they're not in the best positions.
Although, we have staghound AAs and kangaroos behind enemy lines. We're taking, like, anti-aircraft fire. It's like, I'm nowhere near the front line yet. What the hell?
Yeah, that wrong kangaroo is probably very lost at this moment.
Well, he's got to go see a man about a wallaby.
Yeah.
Oh, Spitfire went down.
Oh yeah, another Focke-Wulf comes in. The autocannon half-track up north may just pick off his 17-pounder.
He's playing with his food.
Yeah. Oh, can he even see it? It's a
Not yet.
question.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But surprisingly enough, before it seemed like the Germans had no units on the field, and now it looks like, well, they actually have something.
Yeah, they just... I mean, this is really when first SS kicks it into high gear, and they just get all the stuff. And they just managed to just hold on long enough to try and bring us back at the same time. All Bumblebee has to do is just hold. I mean, if he just holds and just gives the enemy a +1, he will still take his victory.
But that's the thing here, is that he's throwing in all of this extra armor. I mean, he's using Staghound Crusader AA tanks as basically infantry squads, more or less. And he's got Rams and Fireflies to kind of hold the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
And I can never really realize how many freaking Wasps that the 3rd Canadian has until you just see them get brought in over and over and over again.
Yeah, I think you can get at least like 16 to 20 Wasps if you're on, but that's quite a lot of like points or like activation points you have to spend on just getting those Wasps. Oh, Puma down south.
He's gonna die. Oh wow, he makes it out.
He's a sly cougar. No, there's Crusader AA nearby, and even though the Crusader AA can't penetrate the Puma, I mean, it's 20 mils.
And if you put a 20 mil up your backside, this guy's got paper-thin armor up the back.
Yeah. It's like, 2 armor, good luck with that.
But the +2's been gained! Oh jeez, this is too much. I picked the wrong week to, you know...
Picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Yes, I thought of making other jokes there, but I was like, you know what? People may not know that I'm kidding. And there it is. That's thunder and lightning coming on down here. That Puma's going to surrender.
Very, very frightening.
Yep.
Yeah, Yeah. But
So-
just look up north. That's just like, this is a lot of stuff. You got
It's terrifying, dude.
Deutsches just slowly marching their way across the front line with the Panthers and Stoogs and everything else. It's just a lot of stuff. And those white Deutschers are a really good infantry unit.
Which is surprising, because you think at this point all those reservists would be pretty much, useless.
But if you give like some blokes some MG42s, it's pretty hard to miss.
Power leveling? Is that what you're trying to say?
A little bit, accuracy
Wait,
with all
the
these
Opel Blitz is leading the way. Here's a good idea. I'm going to charge with several thousand pounds of munitions. He's scouting for the Skrug,
Yep.
and as you might expect, goes down.
Maybe he's trying to like be a suicide truck.
You know what, my friend, that's not the way out. We love you. Don't do that again, please. And yet again, wow. 3rd Canadian is having a lot of trouble here, but the Firefly might be able to stem the bleeding. Might.
It's gonna be tough for Bumblebee because it's just so much stuff, and he needs to just start getting kills. If he can just start killing stuff, like it sounds like a really simple right. Oh, just kill stuff to win, man. But he just needs to like
Fight harder.
he just needs to just even out the playing field a bit by just pinning down those Void Deutsches, knocking out those vehicles, maybe killing that goddamn Focke-Wulf. Well, that's the second Focke-Wulf, but...
Well, he's trying to. It's the Humber attack.
Yeah, I think Bumblebee, he set up his deck more for like an A phase, B phase, like setup, so he doesn't have much in the late game. So he's probably having a bit of a hard time dealing with this. Down south he's not doing too bad. He's managed to even out down south, but up north it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
Well, and here's the thing, is that the 1st SS, if they're able to put together a scratch defense in the south, they don't need to really hold it. They just need to stick, a couple AT guns or infantry with Fausts in each of these tree lines, and that's going to slow up the Canadians just enough.
Exactly. That's what he really needs. Just as long as he keeps pushing up north, he's going to be definitely treating the much more better ground, as the Canadians have nothing up north to stop us.
Oh, and even more so than that, the Humbers apparently, they are moving into a rather unknown area. You'd say they'd be fighting on a player's unknown battlegrounds. That was a really bad setup. It took me forever.
Khan, where are we dropping?
Yeah, the factory. Definitely the factory.
Definitely factory.
We're going to Columbo.
You don't want to do like a free for all at the school.
I hated that. You know what, man? I was in school for enough of my life. I'm gonna get out of school.
Yeah, and especially in like the Fortnite school. Not Fortnite school. The player unknown. The
Fortnite school? We do not speak that name here. Strug is charging against these Recce troops to the north. You are a brute and a coward.
Yeah. There's an AT gun.
Oh, but a beautiful shot from the Wolverine.
The clutch. That's a good hit.
But the Wolverine's going. He's getting kind of frisky here, and the Panther's going to see him in a couple, 50 meters or so, I would think.
Yeah. Oh no, the tree line. Just that small tree line saving that Wolverine for now.
He probably should get the first shot here as well. I'm surprised at 17 powder. Oh, yeah, he's time to back up, my friend.
Yeah. Just zooming on that Panther, he has been shot to hell. Like, he probably does not have, like, much HP.
Well, he has no HP now.
No HP. He is kaboom. And we're talking about HP, even though there's no, like, HP bar. Even vehicles have, like, a hidden HP value. And that's determined just by how damaged they look. I mean...
I would love to see, for the record, I'd love to see this Volksdeutsche run across this open field for 200 meters and just nuke this guy in the back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
It's a tree line blocking the Wolverine.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even see it.
Exactly. But this Lloyd carrier coming with that Bofors is going to be enough, I would think.
Oh, it's a Triposton.
Oh, it's a Triposton?
Yeah, it's a Triposton, my dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know, there's 3 Volksdeutsches, and AA units take extra damage versus ground units, so...
Well, it's weird for me to actually see the machine gun thing happen against an allied division. Just I'm so used to seeing it be like, oh look, it's the giant death ball of 50 cals.
Yeah, here's all the Shermans. It's like when you play like an American armored deck, you don't need to buy AA because all your tanks have goddamn 50 cals on top.
And the Ju-87 goes down from ground fire. Oh no, but the Crusaders, that's why, never mind.
Yeah, those 3-star, 2-star Crusaders are pretty frisky.
Assault Pioneers and a Wolverine. Oh, he's doing it! He's doing it. I'm not sure he sees it, but he's doing it. He's trying to get that line of sight on him. There we go.
Oof, that's a big kill.
No healing factor is going to repair that damage.
Nope, and if he just had like some mobile units, he could like rush through and try to knock out the spawn.
I'd be terrified of that 17 pounder at this point.
Oh yeah, no, 17 pounder doesn't have line of sight down south. He has terrible line of sight actually.
He's fallen back. I don't know exactly where he is my point, I guess. And for some reason, they're playing this very, very dangerous game. Let's go, and he's not using his range advantage at all because that Panther. Wolverine to the south goes down, and that's a big loss.
Yeah, I mean, Bumblebee can't afford to lose stuff at this point, and he's losing stuff.
Well, he keeps bleeding. He keeps bleeding the map.
Yeah, and now the map kind of looks like a dude with a very big nose.
I was thinking of a witch for a second.
Yeah,
like Witch Hazel.
Like the witch from the Wizard of Oz.
There we go.
Yeah.
+3 though is coming out, and yeah, guys, this is a shocking reversal. I really thought the Canadians had this.
Same. I mean, the Canadians had all the map for a second, and now all of a sudden Walther has the entire map.
And you can kind of tell Bumblebee Potato is just desperately bringing in whatever he has just to, first of all, protect his spawn. But second of all, whatever he has left, maybe stem the bleeding for a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. I think for Bumblebee, he should have set down like more defenses after like an initial push, just to try and hold on to the ground. Because even though he had good ground territory, he didn't have much just to hold in like the best positions, like AT guns and just good defensive positions to hold, just being in good areas.
Oh, absolutely fair, yeah. And
that's really just by good Bumblebee this match, because that was a really good push early on with Bumble. He was playing third Canadian aggressively, and really good, but it's just he just lost that momentum, and then Walther just rated to a C phase, brought in all the reserve Panzers, and GG.
Well, and finally, I think both sides are pretty much running out of infantry, I think. We have just 4 Gepards being brought in from the German side of things. Which kind of tells you how dire it is when you're like, you are now an infantry squad. Go.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're right. I think to a certain extent, Bumblebee Potato kind of fixated on holding that center forest, which is a great thing if you're being pressured. But if you're on the attack, you got to keep pushing forwards.
Yeah. Also, just looking at this match, neither side used artillery.
The Germans had IG-18s early on.
Oh, then they had a mortar half track, actually. My bad.
Yep, and he's still on the map. He's gotten reloaded and shot his wad again.
Like, neither side has used, like, stuff like one mortar half track. It's definitely not like an artillery-only match, that's for sure.
Well, and I kind of appreciate that, too.
Yeah, same. I really like seeing... I mean, artillery's always good to get, and those 2 star sections probably would have helped out Bumblebee quite a bit, but, I know, I like seeing just that direct fire, go around corners, and it's like playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, maybe.
It's fun to watch. I mean, it's really annoying. Not like I've played.
It sucks to play against.
Yeah, like I played matches where I don't have good artillery in certain decks, and it's so annoying having to like try and push up because you just can't kill AT guns efficiently unless you get like good air power.
This could actually go into a major victory if he takes this fast enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the conga line going through the middle. The 17 pounder, yeah, if he kills the Panther, could potentially stop it.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a dead Focke-Wulf happening here, though. Maybe even, no, one Spitfire is going to back off, and it's going to be a turning game, and you never mind. Actually, we still might see a dead Spitfire. That's one. And the conga line, like you said, but it's still a Panther. The Panther is right there. He's going to take some flame damage. And nothing is more embarrassing than losing your Panther to a flamethrower troop. So, shockingly enough, that doesn't happen. And the 17 pounder missed a chance to jump onto the road and just start completely blowing apart everything else.
He doesn't have line of sight because it's a hill.
And that's one dead Focke-Wulf. And the other one's going to try to pick off another Spitfire. All right, wow. This has been a very back and forth air duel here.
Gepards coming in pretty useful, and they're going to rush in and see out 17 pounder. Hello, 17 pounder.
Goodbye, 17 pounder.
And now okay, this may just be a major victory here for Walther. Yeah, it's gonna be like a point victory for him.
But you know what? It was a moral victory for Bumblebee Potato because he had him against the ropes the entire time, man.
Yeah, that was a really good match. Just back and forth. I mean, don't see Mount Ormel often, but just seeing like the knife fighting, just crazy holding positions, and just everything that happened all over the place. It was super cool.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. 17 Panzers continue to be deadly though, taking down 2 P4s in the last second or two of the game. And man, that definitely wasn't worth a GG, I would say.
Yep, and look at the kills. Good God. I mean, so it's 1,000 difference, but like both sides have been killing stuff back and forth a lot.
Do you realize that Leo Majors was apparently the first death in the battle?
That's a bit sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's pretty back and forth. There is a couple of spots where it's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how many Wasps were on the field at the end. Shockingly enough, the Canadians didn't really have a whole lot of standouts.
No, I mean, yeah, like there's only like the most unit kills individually is like 3 things, which is not a lot of things for something to kill, but same time Canadians more like spread out in terms of like their unit effectiveness compared to having a few like really good apples.
Yep.
Yeah, looking at losses.
I'm counting at least 19 Wasps here.
That's 19.
19. 1-9.
19.
19.
Jesus Christ. That's like 4 or 5 cards worth of Wasps. That's a stupid amount of Wasps.
That's like being old enough to drink in Canada.
That is 19 is the drinking limit, can't. If you did like if every Wasp was to represent a year of your life, you could have a pint.
True, if every dead wasp. So folks,
Every dead wasp.
if you see wasps, feel free to kill them, make them dead, and at that point you can drink.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've heard.
I need to read Canadian bylaws again, but
For half a second, I thought you said the Canadian Bible for a second, but
the Canadian Bible is like. I'm trying to think of something, but nothing comes to mind.
The NHL rules.
Probably.
Fair enough.
But the Panzer IVs and the tanks.
Yes.
From just dominated. I mean, there's a lot of standouts here. At the same time, a lot of Canadian units are like cheaper and more like expendable, such as Wasps and Rifle Squads. So that does make sense.
But even taking those out, it's still shocking. I mean, there's a ton of point efficiency. That's what I'm looking for.
There's like one mortar half track who knocks out 3 AT guns. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's the guy to the north. Yeah, that was one we kept talking about then.
But yeah, Bumblebee definitely burned bright early on, but fizzled out the later stages.
Definitely is an accurate way of putting it.
Yep. And also, because this was the quarterfinals match, the winner of this match, Walther, did move on to the semi-finals. It was actually a best of 3, and I believe this was like game 2 out of the best of 3. And Walther won the previous match, so Walther moves on.
That is exactly true. So, folks, I think we're coming back. I'm not sure if it's later this week. Probably next week, isn't it, for semis?
Yeah, semis, and hopefully we get the finals. So we're still trying to like work it out.
Indeed. So, folks, come back for more of that, and I guess we'll see you soon. Until then, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangroo. Take it easy.